Yeah, my name is Fionnuala Brennan. I'm Irish and I've been living here for over 40 years. So many people ask me questions, why did you leave? We were both in education, my husband and I, and we had two tiny little children. And we said to ourselves, we do not want to do this until we're 65 years of age and getting a pension. And so we decided to leave and go and live simply. Originally it was going to be on an island off the coast of Ireland until we remembered that the weather is kind of cold a lot of the time and things are not so easy. And we had seen and read and been in Greece before. We said, why don't we go to a Greek island? And so we set off in September 1977. We had this idea of what we wanted. We were looking for villages near the sea and that would have, fresh water and vegetables and, maybe a doctor or something like that. And by a long, difficult series of journeys, we got to Paros and we saw the little houses and we saw the port of Palikea and we said, this is it. And within a day we'd found a house to rent. The light is, I think that's one of the things that people really appreciate. The light at dawn, the light at sunset over, we can see it over the mountains here. The clarity of the light, especially before it gets really, really hot, is just magic. It's like a jewel. It's like glistening. It's just fantastic. It's really strange. A lot of people say that the Irish and the Greeks are very similar. And in many ways we are, because our attitude towards time is different from the Northern Europeans and from the Americans. Our attitude towards time is much more flexible. We lived just like the Greeks. We lived without running water, without electricity, without modern comforts, and so that suited us fine. It was a serendipity, really. This is the story of why we came, how we came, and why we stayed on this island. And so many people asked me about it. I said, I'll just write it. And a big publisher in Ireland took it, and so it was very successful. And that's why I wrote it. Because it's a personal account, I think people relate to it. And because it was set back then, there's a young Greek friend of mine here now, and she said, "Oh, this is like the story of my childhood or my parents' childhood. I mean, this is like oral history." Greece has been very much the seedbed of much of the inspiration. It really gave us, if you like, the kickstart into taking the time and using it for creativity. If we had been staying at home with 2 careers and 2 small children, we wouldn't have had the time to do that. It has changed immensely over the years. I mean, unbelievably. When we came there, I think there were about 6 cars on the island. Maybe 2 of them were taxis. Now you can't park anywhere. So it's been an explosive change. And in that, a lot of it is good for the people who live here all the time, the native Parians, because there's better health service. Now there's a health centre. The schools have good sports facilities. There was a lot of poverty when we came, and that's largely gone. The downside, of course, is the extreme overuse, in my view, of the resources of the island, the traffic jams, the summer being absolutely clogged with tourists. And then people go away in the winter then. The people who came and set up all the big, restaurants and so on, they disappear. So in the winter it's pretty closed, everything closed. So there's a big disparity between the seasons, if you like. But on the whole, I think the whole change is good. Nothing is a museum. Nothing should be the same forever just because some people have nostalgia. And so I'm really pleased that for most people in this island, life is better.